Hey, everybody, Greg. So we were expecting some kind of retracement. It was pretty obvious based on the pattern. Uh, several days up, gapping up, decent amount into resistance, assuming there was going to be sellers there. And, it initially made a nice little push up further into that resistance and to take out the high marginally. And now it's come down here, filling the gap where it was an obvious place where buyers would step in. And I suggested in the chat room a put spread as it was coming down there. Uh, so short term, nice little bounce up into that resistance area. We'll see what it does because it goes sideways there. Does it retest? The 65-minute isn't done, but we got a decent reversal. So we're expecting some kind of short term selling. Doesn't mean anything of significance yet. I'll be interested to see, does it close with a topping tail today? Can it turn green? And even if it closes with a topping tail, I don't suspect there's going to be anything of significance. And what would significance be? We have to define that. Well, the closer it gets down to this pivot, which now we'd call that major support, since this marginally exceeded that high, it didn't do it on a closing basis. But common sense says the deeper it retraces to that level, something's wrong because on a weekly time frame, it's going to have a big red bar, which wouldn't be good on retesting that high, common sense. The Qs, I'm looking at the NASDAQ 100 here, underperformed, and we covered that this morning as to why, because if you look at QE, the equally weighted, it exceeded the prior high. So gapping above that prior high, right, this equally weighting the FANG stocks, you know, multiple days up, gaps up, take the money on a short-term basis. So looking at this index, say it does close red today, right? What you want to do is send an alert down there because it comes down to fill the gap, which it could do tomorrow, could set up an intraday buy setup. So consider doing that. Here's the, you can see this is the Magnificent Seven or FANG stocks. More of a bullish flag kind of a pattern, strong move up, made not a lower low, but it made a low here at that minor support. Look over to the left, rallied up into resistance, and so far just consolidating. So if those FANG stocks can kind of get it in gear, this would break out and it could be a long. You can take a look at those and, they're not looking great. Microsoft maybe gets above those moving averages. NVIDIA coming down to that support level. I've got an alert down there. If it comes down and touches that 50 MA or that support area, that could be where institutions would be ready to step in. That could take a day or two. We'll see if, well, the faster it gets down there, the faster buyers would step in that area. And then we just see if we can get a reversal day down there, which would set up. Put spreads would be the obvious to do, coming down several days and stabilizing down there should be a no-brainer for a put spread. We'll see how far we can get from there. And you can look at the other ones. Well, Tesla, wrong symbol. Way. Just consolidating the gain and coming down here. Apple, coming down into the gap fill. Just looking for this maybe as a scalper long intraday. Day trade, got this little breakdown failure and retracement starting to move up into that gap fill area. Be interesting to see if that could turn green on the day. Where is my Bitcoin? Anyway, let's look at GBTC. Bitcoin futures hit 100,000 today, so pretty obvious place too where the majority were focused in. So GBTC gapped below that green bar. That's been under some pressure. It's stabilizing here for the moment. Some others, financials, gapped up. They broke the low of the day. And see if they begin to stabilize here. So there's no significant damage done yet. It's just obvious where things gap up after several days up. There's going to be sellers. Let's look at IWM. Right. Even still holding on to the gain, Pretty much, it's above the opening price, so it's going to come down, I believe. You know, this was a little scalper short that I did on the futures here, and it's stabilizing here for now. We'll see what it does. Well, there's the GBTC. I was looking for where I put that. Hold on a second. Let me go back to IWM for a second. IWM, and there's a lot of wide range bars today. Not in, well, here. So a lot of money coming into these beaten down things, which you have to keep an eye on. Sleep number bed, retesting. So that one looks a lot. Weight Watchers coming up to resistance, so we can't enter it there. But lots of wide range bars today. An airline beaten down. So a lot of wide range bars. You could even see here these different subsectors, wide range bars. Now the ones that have moved up several days, not interested, but residential construction with interest rates coming down. That was the big news of the day. TBT gapping down, 10-year moving down, 30-year moving down. That's definitely going to help the construction stocks and, well, this is home furnishings, but residential construction, anything related to home buying, Lennar, of course, lumber and wood, even garbage solar bouncing up a little bit. So pretty bullish day for that. Specialty finance. I'm surprised the home builders aren't there. There's probably some home builders in this index. We could look here. Wide range bars. Yeah, there you go. Toll Brothers breaking out. So lower interest rates definitely going to help these construction stocks. So nothing we can do with them with these wide range bars other than if you wanted to buy them. I don't suggest that. You need a big old stop, and maybe we get 1, 2, 3s in the next day or so. It's a little bit of a consolidation. Oil got clobbered pretty good. Let's see here, USO gapping down. Got the gap. Crude oil was down overnight. So let's see how far this gets. It's been under pressure all day. XLE, big nasty bar. I mentioned pre-market about the two topping tails and the likelihood of this seeing some selling pressure with oil going lower. Well, here you go. This home construction. Retailing breaking out. And it broke out last week. Definitely want to take a look at these retailing stocks starting to make turns, which we will be doing. Looking for pullbacks in these. Bottoming action. TR. That's one's been basing out for a while. Dollar General. That's a big dog. Big junk. Big dog junk. But the least attractive. Macy's maybe eventually gets turned around. Big Turkey Day parade. Maybe gets things interested there. So a lot of positives. Things moving a little too far, too fast. Clearly where sellers would come in. Transports look good, but exceeding the prior high. NYSE, you can see obvious place where sellers would come in. So over the next few days, we'll see maybe gap fill areas, pullbacks to minor support, the prior highs, where new buy setups would set up. The further they retrace, the worse it will be as far as in the short term, because into the end of the year, things are historically bullish. So should set up new buy setups in different markets. As always, if you have any questions, email me, Greg at Master Trader and Dan at Master Trader.